We're hitting 100 fight nights in the Apex. Dan Tom here with MMA Junkie to help you break down the main event for UFC Vegas 100 between Neil Magny and Carlos Prates. Of course, Prates is the newcomer on the scene, the new hotness, if you will, coming from the Fighting Nerds team, who have done excellent, especially this year in particular in the UFC. Well, he's got the swagger, the southpaw swagger, with excellent Muay Thai, and has reeled off 3 in a row since his successful Contender Series debut, but stepping up against top 15 ranked Neil Magny, who's been hanging around for some time, as you would expect nothing less from the most winningest welterweight on the UFC roster. At the time of this video, the odds makers in public are siding with Prates in the neighborhood of -770, with the comeback on Magny, your underdog, in the neighborhood of +480. Now, seeing wide odds like this doesn't surprise me, particularly when you have kind of, like I said, the new hotness, the popular pick, right? We see MMA gamblers always navigate more toward the flashier fighters, the younger fighters, the more dangerous fighters, and rightfully so. Also, we tend to see them fade older fighters with maybe not as air quote sexy styles. So poor Neil Magny seems to get, called out by fellow fighters and targeted to be faded by gamblers alike. You can't help but feel for the guy. That being said, I don't really like his chances here. Despite having a winning record against southpaws, it's 7-4. You see that most of those, he's still susceptible to leg kicks as far as the strikes goes when he faced southpaws who could kick the legs. And, as far as grappling goes, he's not, susceptible to being out-grappled, as we even saw in his last fight against a non-southpaw. Obviously, that doesn't really compare for on the ground, but Prates does have a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt in his back pocket and showed some impressive hand fighting and framing that I talk more in my in-depth breakdown, that I like his chances even if he does get stuck up against the cage for moments in this fight. I'm going to go ahead with Carlos Prates here to see by method, rounds, as well as potential pathways for the upset for Magny. You're going to have to check out my breakdown over at MMAJunkie.com, where you can find results this weekend.